Alright. Looks like... Unmuted? Yes, we're unmuted. Good. Anyways, a prime evening to all of you. I'm Thunder Prime, and tonight, we're continuing the grind in Chaos Legion. We're halfway there. Something. We're living on a prayer. Of course I'm going to make that kind of reference. Of course I am. Anyways, back to the good old grind of Stage 7, the Misty Ravine. And now, here's where I come up with topics to talk about as I just mindlessly grind experience to level up Thanatos to his complete form. Let's see. Well, I guess start things off. Just make sure I still remember how to counter. Oh shit. Okay, let me figure out how to counter again. Come on. There we go. Okay, we got it. Okay, back to, let's see, the first topic. I guess since it's been like 2 weeks since my 2-year anniversary, I guess I can talk about that. So, I've been doing the VTuber thing for 2 years, huh? Who thought I would have made it this far? Who thought I was gonna burn out before then? To be honest, I had my doubts. I was beginning to feel the burnout somewhere between 1.25 or 1.5. Somewhere around that period of time, I was starting to feel the burnout. And it, you know, I think the main contributing thing was like working on lore on Thursday nights, live on stream, and that not getting much traction, and also me not getting much work done in those streams either, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I decided, you know, let's not kill my work productivity by trying to be entertaining at the same time, because when I try to be productive and entertaining at the same time, guess what? I'm neither. So for the time being going forward, I decided to just drop Thursday nights on stream and just stream 4 times a week instead of the insane amount of 5 times. I mean, it's pretty crazy for most VTubers to even stream 5 times a week. I was doing it because I wanted to be consistent. And you know, one of the biggest like praises I've received, or the most common praise I've received as VTubers, like how consistent I am with my streaming. Like, I always stream the same days at the same time, usually the same thing, or like same thing, different flavor. Like Mondays are Yakuza streams. It depends on which Yakuza game I'm on at the moment. Like, currently I'm on 3. We started at 0. We went to Kiwami 1. Then Kiwami 2. And now we're on 3. And Tuesday was like our second game day to like whatever we wanted to fill the time slot in. And this time I'm filling it with what you guys voted for during the Christmas charity-thon. So that was a trip. So after this, after I complete Chaos Legion eventually, I'll be starting the Dot Hack series. Starting with Infection back on the PS2. That's gonna be a wild trip. Wednesday just became like de facto art stream. Then every first Wednesday of the month I tried doing like writing workshops, kind of like to keep the flow of like me being like a big lore enthusiast when it comes to VTubers, and also being like a huge advocate for expanding one's lore. I figured I should like help other people kind of like get better at writing, and also help myself improve at writing at the same time, because like as much as I want to say I'm a good writer, that'd be just a bold-faced lie. I'm just making shit up as I go along, and hoping it's entertaining. Hopefully my VTuber lore is entertaining. It's wild. And then I've been slowly working back to like getting Thursday night streams going again. And this time I feel like, let's try doing something else. Let's do something different. Let's try getting back into weeb card games like White Force. So I just spend Thursdays either building a deck or dueling against people live on stream. Whoever wants to like volunteer should DM me. And I'll show you how to set up White Force on Tabletop Simulator. Okay, we stopped respawning. Okay. Uh-oh. Here they come, here they come. Now that I've learned how to counterattack, this is just a cakewalk. Just take them out one at a time, wait for the regenerators to stop regenerating them, and then pick them off. Oh god. No! Oh, almost got hit. And of course, Sunday is always Common Run Watch Along, and when we eventually finish Decade, we'll move on to Super Sentai! Or perhaps even Dogengers, because I was completely floored by the news that like Dogengers Season 4 would have Omaru Polka and Aragami Oga as voices for two of the villains in Dogengers Season 4, which is still fucking wild to think about. So, does this mean they're like Polka and Oga are honorary Tokutubers now? Howdy peeps, poles, and all you horrorlings. Hello there, Dark Gold. Welcome to the stream. I'm just doing like Zatsu as I experience grind because there's nothing really else to do. Like, I'll admit, this part of Chaos Legion is just kind of not entertaining. I'm just experience grinding. Come on, you coward. So I was just talking about like my feelings about reaching 2 years as a YouTuber, and I guess I'll continue talking about that. I've made a lot of friends along the way. My viewership is still kind of low. Thankfully, I'm not trying to make this a full-time thing. At least that's not the primary objective. Otherwise, I'd be stressed the hell out. Thank goodness I have like an IRL full-time job. Or I'd give off different vibes if I didn't have a job to support me through this. I mean, there's always the hope that as a VTuber you make it big. Or you eventually go corpo somehow. But in the meantime, I'll just do my own thing. I'll stay in my lane. I'll do things that I find are entertaining, even if no one else finds it entertaining. As long as I find it entertaining, I'll keep doing it. And really, I guess that's the whole. I guess that's like the biggest factor of how I made it to 2 years. I've just been doing things that I like doing, and having fun doing it, and trying not to stress out too much about the numbers. I only stress about the numbers a little bit. But I still stress about it, even if it's just a little bit. It's like, sure, I could play the new hotness in terms of video games, or I could go back and find some Kusoge to play and have you all suffer with me. Alright, out of my way. I feel like that is the biggest contributing factor to my consistency and mild success, is that I just do what I want. I don't try to chase trends, I just try to forge my own path. I mean, I still have some ideas in the background. It's trying to get those ideas organized and actually something of a reality is another matter. There's a lot of prep work that goes into some of my potential ideas, but you know, I'm a working man. I only have 2 days off, and usually those days off are like, well, I gotta do things around, I gotta do things that are like I've been neglecting through the week, like, oh, I need to go to the dentist, or I need to like start prepping for things in the future, IRL. Like, I have some plans near the end of April / start of May that I will reveal when the time comes. It's nothing too stressful. In fact, it's something to reduce stress. But it's like, it's gonna take 2 weeks to do. And I'll talk about it when the time comes. But for now, I'll keep it under wraps. And then, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, I made a lot of friends along the way. A lot of fellow fans of Tokusatsu. And many other friends who do not fit into that category, and I appreciate all my friends I made along the way. As dry as that delivery was, I genuinely mean it. The friends and like my live 2D family are also a big contributing factor of how I managed to not burn out. It's thanks to their continued support, words of encouragement, and just being my friend in general that helped me, you know, not burn out from this YouTubing thing. Even if they can't all make it to my streams, that's fine. We're all adults. We know we have busy lives. We know we all have our own streams. That's okay. Understanding that is being part of an adult. Understanding that, like, your friends can't always be, like, physically or emotionally there for you because they have their own lives to live. Understanding that is a sign of maturity. Or at least that's what I want to believe. Speaking of maturity, like, becoming a hero and also becoming a VTuber has unironically improved my life. Like, it's the obvious thing. Like, if anyone's been paying attention to the lore, yeah, being a hero literally saved my life. If I hadn't become a hero at that point in time, in that place, I would probably either be dead in the back alley from starvation or torn to shred by monsters. Maybe it was A, maybe it was B, maybe it was A into B. But the point still stands. If I hadn't met the old man when I did, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, for real, for real. Like, prior to that, for like the past 7 years, before that, well, basically the past 25 years of my, like the first 25 years of my life was kind of a rough patch, and that's putting it like super mildly. But like, thanks to meeting the old man, becoming a hero, like, that has unironically improved my life. Like, I got off the streets, I cleaned up, I had a roof over my head, I could find a job, I had people who actually gave a damn about me. Like, it felt good. But there was still a part of my mind that thought, like, this is a trap. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. But thankfully, it never did. And also, VTubing has also improved my life. Like, I was able to get back into the hobbies that I couldn't really take part in anymore. What else? I was able to make friends again. I got structure into my life once again. I was able to pursue my creative passions once again. Ow, 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 ow! Hello. I'm always here to punch some depression. I will punch it in the nose. Thank you, Dark Gold, for the sentiment. Don't worry, I'm doing better nowadays. Yes, there was a time where, like, I was really tempted to, let's say, permanently check out. Thankfully, we're past that point. Did I also touch grass? I suppose you could say I did touch grass unintentionally, and also intentionally. But, yeah, VTubing unironically improved my life. I also started getting back into shape again. Like, yeah, during 2020 when I became a hero, I got super into shape, but it was like, it's like the physical equivalent of cramming for an exam and then going to the exam, doing it, and then immediately forgetting everything you learned once the exam is over because you're done with it. That's kind of what happened to me. Like, I had to do like a super crash course to get into shape to fight monsters and shit. And it was stressful, to say the least. And then afterwards, when the dust settled, and I didn't have to fight monsters anymore, my body was finally able to relax, and then I just went immediately out of shape. And now I'm working to get back into shape once more. Which is, yes, it ties into like VTubing starting to improve my life. No. Okay. There we go. There we go. Nope. Alright. Who's running towards me? Nope. Running away. So yeah. I'm getting into better shape. I feel a lot better than even when I was back in 2020, when I was like doing the crash course of getting into shape. Like when I saw the doctor, when I saw a doctor for the first time in like 7 years, the doctor was like, "How the hell are you even alive? There are so many things wrong with you. It's a goddamn miracle you're alive." And to answer his question, I was like, I don't know, sheer willpower? That's like the answer I give everyone when people ask me, how are you still alive? Because it's true. It's like, for the first 25 years of my life, I was just into hyper survive mode. Like, everything and everyone around me was super hostile. No one really cared about my well-being. So I had to super focus on surviving. However, I have to say that surviving and living are two very different things. The skills I learned to survive don't really help me to live, if you know what I'm saying. Ah, shit. Maybe it's time to run. Heaven refused me, hell can't restrain me. Oh, and bullshit levels of luck. Pretty much. Like, if anyone remembers, like, how I talked about, like, my childhood growing up, back during my birthday stream in 2022. The conclusion most people would reach is that I have the backstory of an anime protagonist. I really wish I didn't have the backstory of an anime protagonist. I really, really wish I didn't have the backstory of an anime protagonist, but I do. Dark Gold, you'll get it, you'll get it, you'll get it! I believe in you, you'll get the right word. There you go. What was that? It was a counterattack. Also, I should try countering these dudes. They'll probably run at me again. Yep, there we go. Oh, wrong one. Also, I have to keep an eye on Mr. Floaty Boy here. I feel like he's gonna count. There we go, yep. But yes, like Dark Gold said, I was an orphan. I got adopted into 4 different families, and they all hated me. Ow. And then after the 4th one, I kind of... shit went down, shit hit the fan, and I became homeless for 7 years. And 2020, the 7th year, I was like at the end of my rope. I was truly in a desperate situation. I was about to cross a line that I hope no one in chat ever has to cross. But thankfully, I didn't have to cross that line. I met the old man, and he unironically saved my life. And we're done with the boss fight. $7 million experience points. All right. So I was at 28 plus 7, so that's like 35 million now. I have 3, soon to be 2 days until my birthday. God, I'm gonna be 23. Oh, omedetou, Dark Gold. Happy birthday! You gotta say in the Kogami voice, Happy birthday! Yeah. Anyways, let's go back to stage 7, do more experience grinding. More Zatsu. Do I continue talking about the improvements of my life? I guess so. Like, yeah, it's like, I have a full-time job now. I'm taking meds for whatever ails me. I'm getting back into shape. I'm pursuing my creative passions once again. I'm getting back into art. I'm getting back into writing. I'm revisiting video games I never got to play or finish when I was a child. And I have a new interest in Kamen Rider. And it's an interest I can share both with the old man, my mentor, and also with my newfound friends I've made on the internet. Because we're all a bunch of yahoos who like fighting karate bugmen. But for serious, it's like I'm trying to get out of survival mode and get into living mode. It's taking time though, like skills, mannerisms, and ways of thinking that you have ingrained since childhood are kinda hard to unlearn, if I do say so myself. I'll say it again, the skills you need to survive aren't the same as the skills you need to live. Surviving and living are different things, from my point of view. But thankfully I'm in a point in my life where I don't have to be in pure survival mode anymore. I can actually start living. And I think that's for the best. And I said, like, my old hobbies were, like, drawing and writing. Right. Yeah, drawing, writing, also reading. Reading was also a big hobby of mine when I was a kid. And I'll say right now, like, drawing, reading, writing, they were all escapism and coping mechanisms for what I was going through. Especially reading. Like, with reading, even if it was for a short time, I could be someone else. I could be a brilliant detective. I could be an intrepid journalist seeking the truth. I could be a knight in shining armor. Just anything. Anything I can do to stop being me for a bit. Even if it was just for a bit. That was enough to get through whatever I was going through. Of course, during my childhood, I was growing up with a family and also a community that highly valued athletic prowess over everything else. So that just made matters worse for me. But I still like those things almost in defiance to my surrounding environment. It was like, I won't let you take away the few things that give me joy in my life. And I won't let you force me to conform to your ways. It really is, like you said, Darkhold, more perseverance than survival in that one specific case. Yeah, whether it be perseverance, survival instinct, or just plain spite for everything and everyone around me, I just outright refuse to, like, give up. If nothing else, I chose to live to piss off everyone else around me. If everyone around me was gonna make my life a living hell, I might as well return the favor. In my own way. But hey, let's try to think about happier topics to talk about. So, like I said, after Chaos Legion, it can be a writer catchphrase. I must protect the things that bring joy. So fall and return the joy you destroyed. Oh, that is so raw. Lines that go hard. Yeah, We're at 2 million experience. Alright. So, like I said, after Chaos Legion, we'll start Dot Hack Infection on the PS2. We'll go through all 4 of those games. And then we'll go to Dot Hack GU. The like, extended complete edition. And then after that, I guess we'll go play... Oh, it's similar to Ixa, Return the Life You Stole. Damn, that's a good line. Ixa is from Kiva, right? I'm not quite sure. I might have to fact check that. Yes, it is from Kiva. Alright, thank you for the confirmation. But yeah, back on topic. After Chaos Legion, after Dot Hack GU, I guess after all that, I will move on to the Steam game that Sora gifted me on my birthday. I've still yet to reveal what that game was. We'll get there when we get there. It's gonna be a long time. It might take like, I don't know, maybe 2 years, considering I have to play through 7 JRPGs. They're just one continuous thing. But we'll get there. Eventually. Hopefully by then I'll still be a VTuber. I'll still be around. Hopefully I don't get burned out. And hopefully life doesn't take some sort of nasty turn. Man, you guys are good EXP farm. Just have to do a successful counter, insta-kill, you get like 48k per counter. It's the greatest. God damn it. How dare you just stop mid-run? But yeah, hopefully I can get more people on board with White Swords. I already have one person who wants to challenge me to a few duels live on stream. I have a question. What was the last time you talked to the man that basically saved me? Well, actually, the last time I talked to the man who basically saved me was actually like, I usually spend like Saturdays talking to him. And then Sunday mornings, we watch the newest Kamen Rider together. It's like, Sunday mornings, I watch the newest Kamen Rider episode with the old man. Sunday night, I start the watch-along with my friends. It's great. Sunday is a really great day for me. But like, besides Sunday, like, I make an effort to wake up early on Friday morning, because usually I wake up 10 o'clock in the morning because of my work schedule. But you know, the old man works more standard hours, but like he wakes up early because, like, you know, he's kind of like, you know, the CEO. So he needs to show up to work early, make sure everything's in working order. Like, the old man's like one of those weird bosses. He'll be like, even though he's like the boss, he'll be the first to show up to work. And he's almost never the first person to leave work when the day's over. Yeah, you can see why I look up to him. Like, I don't know if I'd do the same thing if I was ever, like, the CEO of a company. Like, I don't know if I'd be the first person to arrive, but I definitely wouldn't be the first person to leave either. But yeah, since he wakes up early and goes to work earlier than usual. Like, I try to wake up early Friday morning so I can at least have breakfast with him before he leaves for work, before the maid drives him to work. And then I will have dinner with him too when he gets home. And then we just kind of talk about our weeks, and then occasionally he'll like give me some life advice, usually when it comes to like investing and how to spend my money and like what I should be focusing on. He's helping me get my life back together, even though he doesn't have to anymore. Like the whole like monster incident has been dealt with back in 2020. He really doesn't have to keep letting me stay in his house, but he does. Because I guess at this point we, for real, like developed like a father-son bond. Whether we wanted to or not, it just kind of happened. Then Saturday, yeah. It's our mutual day off. The one day we have in common that's a day off. And then, like, we just do whatever. Sometimes we just hang out and talk. Sometimes we just do our own thing separately. But yeah, he's a great guy. But man, he needs a vacation. He's been working pretty much non-stop. I think it's time for him to take a vacation. I guess in rider terms, he's the main rider. I'm the secondary, and he was like training me to take his place as the main rider. So he can like retire from being the main rider, like, so he can focus on, you know, his job and like repairing the city and taking care of the city's affairs and all that shit. Leave all the monster stuff to me if it ever arises again. Like I've mentioned before that like the cover job, the job I'm working at right now is like, well, it's a cover job. Like, yes, I'm doing the actual job, yes, but also I'm doing a separate job while I'm doing the cover job. And the cover job is basically keeping an eye out for any potential threats to the city. Whether they be monster threats or human threats. And holy shit, can you guys leave me alone for 5 seconds? I'm trying to do shit here. God, I'm like halfway dead. At least that healed me. Alright. Nope. 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 Out of my way. I ain't dealing with this shit. Alright. Can you guys fucking stop? I'm trying to monologue here. It's like the opposite of The Incredibles. Oh, you sly dog. You had me monologuing. Alright, who's next? You guys are next. That. There we go. Got him. Got him. Got him. Who's next? Yeah. Oh, that was close. Okay. There we go. But anyways, yeah. I've been keeping an eye out at my cover job for any potential threats. I guess now that it's happened, I can talk about it. That, like... Ow! What the hell? Stupid camera angles. Got him. So yeah, back in 22, I did like help uncover like a money laundering scheme that was trying to like take foot in our city, and thankfully we stopped that early. So no more crimes. Like ever since the monster problem was taken care of, like we've had like various like criminals, whether it be organized or just petty, trying to muscle their way into the city. And I've just been keeping an eye on that and like nipping that shit in the bud. Oh yeah, give me the health. Give me them heals. You know what? I should probably use one of these. What? That still didn't full heal me? I call bullshit. Oh, we'll keep using good ol' blasphemy. Grab this. I guess I'm only allowed to have 6. 6 small ones at least. Got him. There we go. But yeah, moving forward as a YouTuber. Don't worry, I'll keep working on lore. That is my biggest selling point. I've been working at least tangentially on it. Behind the scenes. I haven't been neglecting it, don't worry. Alright, who's next? Who's gonna run towards me? There we go. And boom. I'm using the mini-map. I'm learning how to use the mini-map. Ah, shit. Forgot about the lasers. I didn't think the laser would spawn that soon. Hey, there we go. It's like, why isn't it doing super damage? Okay, one more. One more. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, that was close. Ow! That hurt. Next is laser! Boing, 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 boing. What? Can't believe that clipped me. What? There we go. It's like, why isn't it doing massive damage? Again, 7 million. I got this down to pretty much a science at this point. I think that brings me up to, what, 42 million? Maybe even 43 million? 43 million. We're so close to complete Thanatos, and then we have to level up the ignorant masses, and then attack and defense. I still have to remember that triangle is the cancel button instead of circle. I'm so used to it being circle. Sure, why not? Every little bit helps. Look at that. We're gonna hit 44 million. And then we have to keep doing this to level up his skill. And then his attack and defense. So he doesn't just die in one shot and he doesn't hit like a wet noodle. At least it stays on Thanatos. It doesn't like reset to guilt after every time I use it. That would be super annoying. It's one of those like quality of life things in video games that you don't really notice when it's there, but you really notice it when it's not there. And then when you're done with it, it exits out as it should. I should save just in case the game does a fucky wucky. Total experience, 159 million? Not anymore, it's 175 million. But yeah, like, back to like the topic of VTubing. It's like, yeah, it's like 2 years and don't always have like a high viewership count. That's fine. I'm glad I have the regulars that I do. Even if they throw shit at me sometimes. But if throwing shit is like the worst they do, then I think I'm lucky in that regard. As I said, I've always been a big believer of chat reflects the streamer. Like, I always believe that, like, if you act like a brat on stream, you're gonna attract brats. If you act like an asshole, you're gonna attract assholes. But if you act like a guy who stays in his lane and does shit he finds fun without hurting anybody, then more often than that, you're gonna attract the same kind of audience that appreciates that. I tried to be a chaos gremlin to cheer up streamers and make laughs. Well, I have to say, Dark Gold, you're doing a bang-up job of that. I really mean that. Like, back on the topic of VTubing and streaming in general, is like, having people active in chat just alleviates a lot of stress. Like, you guys might not realize it, but like, when I hit live and chat's dead, like, I'm stressing out trying to figure out, like, what do I talk about? How do I fill the dead air? I think I've been doing a good job of that so far during this stream. Just talking about topics that have been on my mind as of late. Kind of doing a self-reflection since I've hit the 2-year mark as a VTuber. Oh. Damn. Gay. Yeah, so what? It's like I don't really take offense to being called gay, so that shit don't work on me anymore. It might have worked on past me, on child me, but not the current me. But yeah, it's not damn straight. Oh, I see. Naruhodo. Also, let me grab this gem, even though I'm gonna, like, aggro this guy. It's worth it. But yeah. Past me has done some cringy stuff. He said some mean things. But I can't fully blame Past Me for that. He was growing up in a super hostile environment where pretty much nobody was on his side. Like, I can hold him accountable for some of it, but not all of it. Like, all things considered, I try to be nice to Past Me. Past Me was doing his damned hardest with a deck that was pretty much stacked against him. And it's thanks to Past Me's tenacity and perseverance that current me even exists, so that's another way to look at it. But anyways, back to the topic of VTubing and streaming in general. Yeah, low numbers. It still bothers me just a little bit, but it bothers me less than it used to. I'm just doing my own thing. I realize I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Just appearance-wise alone, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm very out there. I mean, my face is covered, for God's sake. I'm all armored and shit. I am not kawaii anime girl. I mean, that'd be rad as hell if I was, but I'm not. You know what? That's fine. It's fine that I'm not. And even if I don't have, like, a high concurrent viewer count all the time, I'm thankful for the regulars I do have. And I miss the regulars that used to show up and don't show up anymore. I realize that time passes on, and people get busy, and maybe they're just not interested in me anymore. That's fine. I have to make peace with that. But I still try to put my best foot forward in terms of being entertaining and doing things that I actually like. I feel like doing things you like is a big part of how you be entertaining. I mean, like I said before, I could try to, like, chase the new hotness, or try to chase trends, or try to do what everyone else is doing. But really, I'm not into that. Like in terms of video games, yeah, I could play Apex, but FPS games don't really appeal to me. And if I'm not gonna have fun playing Apex, then the audience is gonna definitely pick up on that, and they'll stop watching. On the other hand, if I'm playing Yakuza, I'm playing like the older games first before I jump into the new hotness that is Like a Dragon. And Like a Dragon Ishin. Like, I'm going through that like as like a story writer and lore enthusiast, so I can like kind of like really get really invested into the storytelling of Yakuza. Even though there's like a big tonal dissonance between the main story and the side stories. Like, the main plot is like serious crime drama, all about like honor, responsibility, the consequences of your actions, the legacy you leave behind, or the legacy that gets entrusted to you. And then you have like side quests where it's like how to train your dominatrix, or help a kid get his stolen video game back. Like, the Yakuza series is an absolute masterclass at balancing tone. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but they do it, and they do it so goddamn well. It's just straight up mind-boggling how they do it. Like, at times it feels like main story Kiryu and side quest Kiryu are different people. But other times it feels like, yeah, this totally feels like something Kiryu would do. And because we get so invested in side story Kiryu and what he would do in these wacky situations, it helps us get more invested into the main story quest. I think Super Eye Patch Bull's video of like why you should play Yakuza does a good job of breaking it down. Because he points out like how like in many other big AAA games, there's like a big dissonance between like how you play the character and how they act in the story and cutscenes. It's like a lot of games will have like you just murdering scores of enemies with like guns and rockets, and then have them try to be like compassionate and shit in side story or the main quest and cutscenes. It just feels off. Whereas in Kiryu, it's like, yeah, Kiryu would help random strangers. Kiryu would like the joke is like Kiryu has never killed anyone ever, but like when you look at the gameplay, like you see that Kiryu never initiates the fight. It's always like random gangsters or the plot that forces him into a fight. Kiryu never starts the fight, but he always finishes it. And I guess that's also reflective of the kind of person Kiryu is, in general. Kiryu will absolutely defend himself, but he won't go picking a fight. I think Eye Patch Wolf said it best, it's like the game doesn't let you do things as Kiryu because Kiryu himself would never do those things. Like pick a fight with people. He'll absolutely finish a fight, but most of the time, 99% of the time, he's not starting the fight. And if he does start the fight, well, that's because the other person is super evil and they had it coming. It's like Batman. I won't kill you, but I'll make sure you won't harm anyone ever. So time to make you a potato. Like, as much as I can get behind the idea of a thou shalt not kill, like, no killing rule, like, in the long run, I feel like that can do more harm than good, because, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, every time, like, someone from the rogues gallery goes and does crime, I'm pretty sure people get killed in the process. So by not killing these people who kill people, he's allowing them to escape from Arkham Asylum or Arkham Prison or whatever, and allow them to kill more people. So it's like a long-term loss of life, and that's where I start seeing problems. It's like, yeah, it's good that you have a, like, no-kill thing. Oh, Injustice brings us up. Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad some sort of media involving them brought it up. It's kind of like how in Kamen Rider, I won't say where, but they do bring up the issue of, like, you know that your powers come from the same source that the bad guys get their powers, right? And then the ultimate response is like, yeah, we know. We don't care. We're using it to save lives. The origin of your power doesn't matter. It's how you use it that matters. Because, like, that's been the crux of the entire Kamen Rider franchise. Is that, like, the powers of the Kamen Riders have the same origin as the power of the bad guys. The only difference is that the Kamen Riders choose to use it for good. Yes, a power drawn in sorrow. Yeah. Well, no. Gotta pay attention to that mini-map. Or I could get, like, super swarmed. Uh-oh. Hey, you. Get out of here. Hey, put the bridge down. There we go. I mean, even in my lore, that's still a core theme. It's like both the heroes and the bad guys, without going too much into detail, without spoiling it, both sides draw their powers from the power of, like, mythical beings. Ow! Oh shit! I miscalculated. Okay. Out of my way, fool. There we go. Alright, get some breathing room. Alright, who's next? I see you. I see you. I see you again. I am currently working on my own OC for this Yu-Gi-Oh! Roleplay, and I have plans. Ooh. I won't ask for details. I am assuming you want to keep it under wraps and keep it a surprise. Yeah, back to the theme of, like, Kamen Rider and, like, the power of the Kamen Riders having the same origin as the power of the bad guys. It's like, that really ties into, like, my belief of, like, noblesse oblige, which I was complaining about during, like, the watch along with college. Like, Tsurugi, you don't know the meaning of that phrase, do you? You absolutely do not know the meaning of that phrase. You goddamn child. Oh god, they're gonna catch up to me. All right, let's forget this. Oh no, you don't. But yeah, back to the topic of noblesse oblige. The obligation of the nobles. The belief that, like, if you are a position of high stature, of high standing, then you have a responsibility to take care of those who are less privileged than you. And for proof of that, I don't have to look any further than the old man. He, in my opinion, is the embodiment of noblesse oblige. Because, like, there were a lot of people I knew growing up in my childhood that were actually part of my foster families, as a matter of fact. Like, you have so much power, you have so much influence. You could have used that for good, but instead you chose to use it for evil. Mainly to make my life a living hell. You fucking assholes. You are precisely the kind of people I try to never be like. Oh, I don't care if you hear it, Nolan. No one instead RP is here. Okay, well. If you feel like sharing, go right ahead. Taking part of RPs is like how people get better at writing, actually. Like, I will admit that, like, I used to do RP stuff back in, like, the early 10s. Yeah, the early 10s. Like 2010, 11, 12, 13. Uh-oh, here they come. Ow. Oh, it's laser time. I didn't realize that. Okay, hit the eye, come on. We know how to do this. See, please. Alright. I got 2 of them at least. And boom. Alright. Then the laser thing. Boing, 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 boing. Ow. Really? Yes, like... I think we're good. Alright. I think we've reached perfect, complete Thanatos, but we need to buff up his stats and level up his skill. The ignorant masses. So, Parado Shoma, yes, he is named after Paradox in his actor, is going to go through a Riku from Kingdom Hearts arc where he gets manipulated by a dual spirit's Dark Honor. Uh-oh. I played Kingdom Hearts 1. Maybe I'll play it on stream one day. But yeah, I know how that goes. Say no more. I understand. But yes. Boom! There he is, the boy. But now I'm down to like 1 million. And I need like 5 million for the next level up. Like, can we get to 2 million? Maybe? I don't think we will. We'll get close to 2 million. Yeah, we're just short of 2 million. So close. But anyways. Perfect Thanatos. Oh god. 1 million. 500k. Yeah, we have to level up his stats anyways. Ignorant masses. Alright. I kinda just want to summon him for the hell of it. See what he looks like. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna keep grinding. Because complete Thanatos isn't actually complete yet. So, switch. Oh, the music changes too. I didn't know the music changed too. That is awesome. Thanatos gets his own custom music. But yeah, what was I talking? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, lore. I wish Dark Honest was called Dishonest because it's 100% a bear. Oh, definitely. Absolutely, it's a better name. Sometimes names get lost in translation. It happens. It still sucks that it happens, but it happens. Like, I'm still angry about, like, Fire Emblem Fates. And that they just, like, syllable for syllable, just translated one of Camilla's retainer's names as Beruka. But, like, even with my limited knowledge of Japanese, I know that's supposed to be Velka. That is straight up supposed to be Velka, but, like, they took, like, the literal Japanese pronunciation of it as Beruka. And that still makes me angry. Like, you guys had one job, and you fucked it up. Yeah, that's another series of games I'm looking to include in the roster eventually. Fire Emblem games. I'll probably start with, like, Fire Emblem 7 on the Game Boy Advance. Maybe do 6 right afterwards, because 7's a prequel to 6. 6 came out before 7. Well, yeah, no shit. I mean, like, Binding Blade came out before Blazing Blade. And Blazing Blade is the prequel to Binding Blade. That's a better way of saying it. I don't know when I'll throw that into the schedule. I mean, we still gotta get through Chaos Legion. We gotta get through all the dot pack games. We gotta get through Sora's gift game. And afterwards, then, only then can I, like, start figuring out, okay, what's gonna be game number 2? Because game number 1's always gonna be Yakuza. It's always gonna be Yakuza. It's gonna be Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4, Yakuza 5, Yakuza 6. Yakuza Like a Dragon Ishin, Yakuza 8 when it comes out, Judgment, Lost Judgment, Dead Souls if I ever go absolute sicko mode. Yeah, let's see. I guess back to the topic of, like, VTubing and streaming, because what we were talking is still tangentially related to that. It's like I try my best to think of, like, topics to talk about during my streams, so there's not too much dead air. I mean, sometimes there is inevitably going to be dead air because, like, I'm too focused on the game. Like, the game requires my full concentration, and I have to just, like, ignore chat to, like, pull off these sick moves. But I feel like I've gotten better at, like, minimizing dead air, having things to talk about. But like I said yesterday during the Yakuza stream, it's harder for me to, like, keep topics going because, like, most streamers, and I guess even VTubers, like, talk about what they did in their day, but, like I said before, I try to keep my like, offline life, like, private. I don't want you guys knowing too much about me. It's like, it's not really a thing against you guys per se. It's more of a, I'm just trying to protect my privacy. Especially in internet culture that aggressively gets people to share, like, every detail about them. Social media is especially bad for promoting that idea of thinking. I guess it really shows that, like, I grew up in that, like, age of the internet where we were taught, absolutely do not share anything about yourself. Do not give out your real name, your address, where you live, etc., etc. And I see people like sharing that kind of information on the regular. Like, damn, you guys really don't care, huh? We really grew up in a different time. Do not dock yourself. Have some respect for yourself and your information. It gets like really bad on like Facebook or Twitter. It's like I'll jokingly say like something I'm like looking to purchase, and then suddenly I start seeing ads for that everywhere. I'm like, God damn it. Can't have shit in this house. Like, I am hyper vigilant in like avoiding doxing myself. Like, if I like ever share like my browser window, I will make sure to like hide my bookmarks first. Because my bookmarks, as important as they are, some of them give out some pretty sensitive information, I shall say. And I absolutely do not want to do that. Like, yeah, I'll say that I live in Canada, but I won't say where. Because, in case you didn't know, in terms of landmass, Canada is a fucking huge country. Like, it's really big. That's why good old censor bar queen comes in handy. He's like, yeah, but sometimes even that can fail. You might do an oopsie, you might forget. It's, as I say, prevention is better than cure. So I might as well just like hide that information from the start and not worry about it. Like, hard hide that info. But yeah, like, I'll say that I live in Canada, but I never specify where I live in Canada. And I never, like, give out too much information that could help people, like, pinpoint that information. Because, like, the internet can do better investigative work than the FBI sometimes, and it's fucking scary. Like, I've seen that horror story of like how like in Japan, like some crazy Japanese idol stalker managed to find an idol purely based on a photo she took, and they saw like the reflection in her eyes of like distinguishable landmarks. And they managed to pinpoint where exactly she was. Like, holy shit, how dedicated do you have to be? How absolute crazy do you have to be to look that deep into a very minute detail that no one would ever think about to pinpoint someone's location? That is crazy. And I think about that and like, yeah, I'm not risking that shit. You could be that one teacher who had the hub on his tabs. I think he was a middle school teacher. Oh, God. Yeah, that's also the reason why it's like, I don't have a laptop. Because no one should ever see my wallpaper. It's also another reason why I'm more inclined to use bookmarks on Twitter instead of likes. Because, like, likes are public. Bookmarks are private, however. People can see your likes, but they can't see your bookmarks. Like, the most I like on Twitter is like the occasional Tokusatsu post or the occasional Symphogear post. or like stuff related to my VTuber friends or other VTubers I follow. And that's about it. That's really just it. It's like, yeah, go ahead, show my legs. I don't care. I make a deliberate effort to keep my like lights relatively clean. I say relatively. That's the caveat here. My bookmarks, however, that's where I keep the good shit. But yeah, I keep rounding back to like the topic of YouTubing and streaming. It's like, if nothing else, I am proud of my consistency. I'm proud of like how I managed to keep a consistent streaming schedule and how 99% of the time I commit to that schedule, I honor that schedule. Only on like the very few rare occasions do I have to like delay or cancel a stream outright. And usually it's because of like something serious, like I got sick and I'm in serious pain and I can't stream. Like what happened in January. And I make sure to like take days off of streaming during the week. Usually Friday, Saturday. On this like early Genshin announcement stream. But that's like whatever. It's like I was gonna watch the stream anyway. Might as well go live when I do it. And then play some Genshin afterwards. Usually to clear the Spiral Abyss. Speaking of which, the Spiral Abyss this rotation is it's a goddamn fucking nightmare. Whoever decided to put the flying sandworm in the 12th floor of the Spiral Abyss, sir or madam or non-binary if you identify by that, I hope that you hit every red light on your way to and from work. Like, I cannot wish harm upon you, but I can wish mild inconveniences upon you. I feel like that is more nefarious. It's like, I hope you hit every red light. Like, it seems inconsequential, but when you really think about it, if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, it's like, damn, that's hardcore. It's like on the same level of like, I hope you stub your toe on something every day, or like, I hope you step into a puddle with your bare socks, or I hope you step on a Lego, or something like that. It's like, it's not really harmful, but it's still pretty nefarious. When you really think about it. Like, that flying sandworm is like an unholy combination of the Ruined Serpent and the Golden Wolf Lord. It's just the worst of both worlds combined into a single boss. Nobody asked for this. Nobody liked that. In fact, everybody actively hates that. I mean, yeah, I managed to clear it, all 3 chambers, in less than 7 minutes. Or, in less than 3 minutes, with like 7 minutes left on the clock, that's what I mean. But it took some tries to do it. And the final successful try, it was like 7 minutes remaining on the dot. It could be worse. 1 million HP with a full HP restorability. Well, yeah, the Flying Sandworm has 2 million HP, so in a sense, it's already like that anyways. Yeah, I had to pull out the Raiden Hyper Carry team, which is like Raiden, Kujo-Sara, Bennett, and Kazuma. And yeah, just everyone super buffing Raiden, so she can go absolutely unga bunga in that very short time window where the Sandworm is vulnerable. It's like, what is it like? Apply Electro, swirl with Kazuha. Ow, 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 ow! Ow! Oh, hey, Keita. Hello, Keita. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Thunderbird Prime, Masked Hero VTuber. And we're currently playing through Chaos Legion to level up Thanatos to his, like, absolute perfect form. Well, we already reached perfect form, but we still need to level up his, like, his skill and his stats. Yeah, I guess I'm enjoying the jank now that I know how to, like, counterattack and get, like, tons of experience. So I've just been redoing level 7 over and over because it's the easiest way to apply, like, the big experience strats. Like, we were at the point of, like, slipping into sanity. But once we learn the strats, everything's okay now. I know you were playing Dwarf Fortress. Just let me clear this boss. Well, this mini-boss. And then I will give you the good old shout-out. Assuming Stream Elements bot is working. Shout-out. Scrappa King Keita. Oops. I almost spelled Ketia. There we go. There we go. It worked though. Let's see. The Were Lizard ended my last fort, started a new one for the sake of testing something out. Went well. Ketia. Like, I don't even know what that would be. Also, we have to do like the Twitch shout out so people can actually follow you. People can hit that bright purple button at the top of the chat to follow friend of the channel, Scrap King Keita. There we go. Uh-oh, hold on. Audio desync. Audio desync gone. It's weird. It's weird with this capture card. Like, sometimes audio will get desynced. All you have to do is, like, change scenes, and it fixes itself. Like, I'm glad that the solution is that easy. I'm also kind of annoyed that it happened in the first place. But yeah, we're getting out of the Valley of Death here. Nope, nope, nope. Hey, who wants to... There we go. Pick up some experience on the way here. Out of my way, bozos. Nope. Give me the heals. I need to heal. Yeah, the bird enemies give nothing but health. They don't give soul. Kind of weird in that regard, but I'll take it. In this specific situation, I'll take it. It's like, I know you were playing Hollow Cure before that, and like, you're talking about like, how like Ayame is not really suited for, what was it, endless mode? Or something? Or maybe hard endless mode? I forgot the specifics. I just find it amusing because like, I don't even have Ayame yet. I've just been focusing on grinding up coins. the ignorant mass is just time stop, laser blast. And that's, I believe, enough to get rid of the armor. Huh. Uh-oh. There we go. And here comes the wind-up. Uh-oh. And laser? Yep, laser. Oh, God. Hey. No, that's the wrong thing to do. God damn it. Nope. Alright. There we go. You're charging at me? Oh, oh, oh. Laser. There we go. What? There we go. Boom! It's like, this level is pretty much ideal for using the EXP farm strats because, like, one, you can do, like, the 1v1 counter pretty easily, and they'll keep respawning. And two, the boss is pretty easy to kill once you figure out what exactly you're supposed to do. But I do believe we have enough to level up Thanatos' skill, at least to the next level. Next one, 15 million. The world slows down for longer without increasing soul consumption, and the number of homing bullets increases. Yeah, what? Let's, like, read the skill. Legion action, Thanatos, force attack, actively seek to attack nearby enemy. Force level 4. Summon Thanatos' ultimate Crest Legion in its complete form. The Thanatos Legion teleports to the enemy's blind spot and plunges into the attack. Thanatos manipulates time and everything in the world except the player slows down for a set period of time. A continuous stream of homing bullets, certain to slay the slow-moving enemies, is fired. HP restores itself naturally. Operation. Stop and wait for a little while. Just meditate. Literally, just meditate. Yeah, now that we have the next level of the ignorant masses, we should save before the game does a fucky wucky. It's like, chat, you should know this already. You should know that, like, I'm the absolute sicko who will do, like, all the side content first before doing the main quest. Who will pursue, like, ultimate power. Even if it delays the end of the game. I will absolutely do it. You know this to be true, and that's why you're still here, because you want me to what you want me to do it. You came here to see me do it. That's why you're all here, and for that, I thank you. This journey is a lot more bearable with you guys here. Like, if you guys weren't here, I probably wouldn't even bother. But, like, since I can, like, shoot the shit with you guys, as I'm, like, mindlessly grinding experience, I'm willing to do it. Because I'm having fun talking about whatever. And I thank you for that, Darkhold. Oh god, we missed. Yeah, I've been making a conscious effort at getting better at shooting the shit. Like I've attended some of Congo's lectures on, like, his lectures on, like, how to be a better VTuber and streamer in general. And I've, like, done my best to, like, internalize those lessons. Like, I'm putting more and more into effort to, like, try to, like, if someone brings up like an interesting topic, I'll try my best to like stay on it for like, ideally he said like 1 minute. I'm gonna try like 30 seconds to start. Like, one topic I can talk about, like, if anyone's in my Discord, you'll notice that, like, recently in general, I talked about, like, this weird dream I had. Or at least the very end of it. About, like, the thing that didn't, like, jar me into waking up. It wasn't the fact that, like, for some reason I was in Chicago. No, what snapped me out of the dream was, like, I was dealing on a craps table that was like pretty much illegible. Like, you couldn't read a damn thing on that table. And being able to read a craps table is like super important, both as a player and a dealer. Another thing that I noticed that was weird in that dream is like every time I tried to look at like the street signs in Chicago, the street signs would like actively turn away, so I couldn't tell like what street I was on. And I remember like that little tidbit of like how you can tell you're in a dream. It's like, I forget if it's like if you try to read a clock and you can't read the clock, or if you like try to read anything in general and you can't read it, then that's a sign you're in a dream. I want to lean towards that you can't read a clock. I might need to fact check that later after stream. But yeah, I've noticed like over the past few years, like if I'm not having a nightmare of some sort, if I'm just having like a regular like dream that's not per se a nightmare, but just falls into like the category of normal dreams, like the thing that'll like snap me out of it and get me to wake up is like if there's something in the dream that goes against something that like I understand at a fundamental level that I know would like never happen in real life, that would like snap me out of it. Like if I somehow dream that like I'm in a casino as a player, not a dealer, that usually snaps me the fuck awake right away. Because those days are behind me. I would never, ever go to a casino willingly anymore as a player. Like, the last time I did that, and the only time I did that, was like out of sheer desperation. Like, it was either like try my luck at the casino or just simply not have enough money anymore and just begin my slow, painful death. I pretty much just had to take a chance. And it got to the point, it's like, that almost ended badly, but I managed to turn it around. And that was the start of how I became an underground casino dealer. Because like someone shady noticed that like I was like slowly but surely starting to make money at the craps table. I guess that's also a reason why like I still know craps to like a fairly competent level, both as a player and a dealer. Because like, that was the only game I played at the casino. Because like, before that, I have never played any casino games before, like blackjack or roulette. Thankfully, the casino I went to had like those pamphlets that like give you a quick rundown of like how the game works. And like once I start reading through those pamphlets and realizing like the odds they pay out and doing like some quick and dirty math in my head, I realized like, holy shit, These games are ripping you off. Like, the most obvious example of, like, most casino games ripping you off is roulette. Because, like, I believe in, like, Canada and the United States, they use, like, the single zero and double zero. They have, like, 2 0 spots on the wheel, as opposed to the European roulette that only has the single zero. Like, for the American style roulette has 0 and double zero on opposite ends of the wheel. Like, for those of you who don't know, like, the best payout you can get on roulette, if you bet a straight up bet. Oh, hi, Blue. A straight up bet on roulette, like on a single number, pays you 35 to 1. Because how they do it is, like, the payout is determined by 36 divided by the amount of numbers you covered in your bet. And once you have that answer, subtract 1 from that answer, and that's your payout. So if you're betting on one number, that's 36. 36 divided by
brilliant
1,
light and great
36.
power that can split the
Subtract
world
1
in two.
is 35. Also, thanks for taking off my helmet. Whew, I can breathe now. But as I've already said, there's 36 numbers plus the 2 zeros. So that's 38 numbers. So odds-wise, you're still getting ripped off. And don't even get me started on blackjack.
Brilliant light and great power that can split the world in two.
I didn't think anyone would actually redeem PNG mode. That means I have to hop in here. There we go. There we go. Don't worry, I was relatively quick on my feet. But yeah, PNG mode is like when you guys just want me to dress all fancy. But anyways, back on the topic of blackjack. Don't even get me started on blackjack. There are so many factors out of your control in trying to win at blackjack. And most times you're just getting paid even money, like 1-to-1. And if you get blackjack, it's 3-to-2. I've heard some places blackjack pays you 6-to-5, which is an absolute ripoff. But it was already a ripoff to begin with. Like, you're playing like with multiple decks in blackjack. There's so many factors outside of your control, like which cards get pulled out, the amount of players at the table, whether or not the other players are playing according to basic strategy, etc., etc. There are too many factors outside of your control to like actually make a decent winning bank when playing blackjack. Then Texas Hold'em is like, that's just PvP. You're not getting any money from the casino. You're getting money from other players. Baccarat, it's the same deal. It's like you're only getting paid 1-to-1. And Baccarat is just flipping a coin with extra steps. That's really what Baccarat is. Like, out of all the casino games, craps is the only game that pays you true odds. And what I mean by true odds is like, they will pay you according to the actual odds of you winning versus the odds of you losing. Assuming you put down odds bet. Alright, so I'm gonna give like a quick and dirty rundown of how craps works. Alright, so craps is a game you play with only 2 dice. Well, technically you play with 5 dice, but the player gets to choose which 2 dice of the 5 they want to roll. And alright, there's like 2 phases of craps. The first phase is like the come out roll, the come out phase where like if you bet on the pass line bet, which is like the main standard bet of craps. If you bet the pass line bet, how you win that pass line bet is if you roll a 7 or 11. You lose if you roll a 2, 3, or 12. And you move on to the second phase if you roll a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. The second phase, I call it the point phase to simplify things. And in the point phase, that's where you can lay odds bet on your pass line bet. And it pays you like the actual odds if you win that pass line bet. So like once you roll 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10, your winning condition becomes roll that number again before you roll the 7, because now in phase 2, if you roll a 7, you lose. So say like in the come out roll, you roll a 4. Then your goal is to roll a 4 before you roll a 7. And to spoiler alert, 7 is the most common dice total to roll out of the possible dice combinations, because you have 1 6, 2 5, 3 4, 4 3, 5 2, and 6 1. So there's a total of 6 ways you can roll 7 out of like, what is it, 36 ways you can roll the dice? And the example 4 I gave, let's count it up. 1 3, 2 2, and 3 1. So there's only 3 ways to roll a 4 compared to the 6 ways you can roll a 7. So if you manage to roll a 4 before the 7, your odds bet will pay 2 to 1 because 6 ways to lose as opposed to 3 ways to win. Simplify that, that's 2 to 1. The same goes for like, so like 4 and 10 are 2 to 1. 5 and 9 are 3 to 2. Because let's see, I think 10's the same way. 10 is like 6 4, 5 5, and 4 6. So yeah, that's 3 ways. 5 and 9, let's see. 1 4, 3 2. Alright, 1 4, 2 3, 3 2, and 4 1. So that's 4 ways compared to 6. So simplify that, that's 3 to 2. And then 6 and 8, let's see. 1 5, 1 5, 2 4, 3 3, 4 2, and 5 1. So 5 ways compared to 6. So the odds payout for 6 and 8 are 6 to 5. So $6 for every 5 you bet. In that regard, craps is the only game in the casino that pays you true odds, as in the true winning conditions to losing conditions ratio. And that's why you shouldn't play any other casino games from a mathematical standpoint. Well, ideally, you shouldn't be playing casino games in general. But we don't live in an ideal world, do we? So yeah, that was my long-winded rant about craps and true odds and why you shouldn't play any other of the casino games. And that was all just like tangentially related to like how I got this started in dealing in the underground. Because I was in desperate need of money. And then just doing a quick numbers crunching, I realized, oh wait, they're ripping you off in every other game. Craps is the only game they pay you legit. Okay, these guys are fucking sniping me. I don't like it. Alright. Ignorant masses time. Fuck you guys. In short, don't go to the casino. But if you're in like a gun to your head situation where you absolutely have to pick a casino game to play, pick Craps. And only stick to like the super simple bets. Because like I said, the pass line bet with odds is the only bet that pays true odds. But also like the don't pass line bet, that's like the opposite rules. Pays like reverse true odds. Everything else on that table you should ignore. You really shouldn't do place bets because they don't play true odds. But they're like the simplest bets to understand, so I can kind of understand why some people do that, but not really. The come bets, they're like the pass line bets on crack. They're like a speed version of playing the pass line bet. So in that regard, I guess if you're feeling bold, you can play that. I might. I kind of did when I was playing it back in 2013. No, not 2013. I think it was like 2016, 2017. Because I was dealing in the underground for like 3 years before shit hit the fan. And I had to make my daring escape. Oh, hey, Chef! How's it going? Oh, nothing. I'm just experienced grinding in Chaos Legion, and in the meantime, I'm talking about, like, my dark and shady past in the underground casino life, and how I got my start there, and how I pissed off the wrong people and had to run for my life. You know, normal anime protagonist backstory. Like, I joked about how, earlier, like, I have the backstory of an anime protagonist. And I really wish I didn't have the backstory of an anime protagonist, but I do. I really wish I didn't, but I do. Because when you think about it for more than 2 seconds, having the backstory of an anime protagonist is some really rough shit. Yeah, just Thunderbird Prime things. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just Thunderbird talking about like some fucked up shit that happened in his life like it's the most normal thing in the world. It's like, I can only talk about it and laugh because like I lived through it. If things had gone differently, I'd be dead. Like, let's not kid ourselves, I'd be dead. I would not be here talking about it and kind of laughing at it, but also realizing how fucked up the situation was. Alright, who's next? You're next? Okay. We're not gonna stick around for that. Not when we're getting bombarded from higher ground. Ah, okay, we fucked that up. We fucked that up. We fucked that up. Now we're getting bombarded. Alright, out of here, out of here. Our health is flashing red. Not a good sign. We really should just shoot those birds down for the free health, which is what I'm doing, in a way. I mean, if those birds are just going to infinitely respawn, go right ahead, give me the free health. But yes, someone has redeemed PNG mode, so I am just PNG man in my fancy suit and my fancy shades that hide the fact that I have dull gold eyes. Yeah, normally when I'm out about in town, I wear the sunglasses. But when I'm at work, where I'm not allowed to wear sunglasses, well then, I have to use color contacts. Change my eyes back to brown. Yeah, the old man can get away with his eye color change because, like, the dull red looks like brown anyways. So it's, like, barely noticeable. Me, I can't get away with that shit. I have to use color contacts. It's like, yeah, I'm used to it at this point. But at the start, it was, like, really irritating. Oh, sweet. 9 million. I think that gets us a level up in Thanatos' skill. So it can do even more damage. Level up. Ultimate. Oh, come on. I'm like a million short. That is some bullshit. Can we get to 2 million with just items? Hopefully. I don't know if we can. We're certainly gonna try. I don't think we're gonna make it. No, we're not gonna make it. We're like halfway there. Whoa, whoa, we're living on a prayer. Yeah, that's it. No, we're going back to stage 7. Don't get it twisted. The reason I keep going back to stage 7 is because, like I mentioned before, it's the easiest way to get, like, the counterattack on these enemies that, like, respawn for a long time. They don't infinitely respawn, because eventually the respawn ends. See, just a single counterattack gets me, like, 48,000 experience. And it's easier to do when you're doing it 1v1. The second reason is because the boss, once you figure out what to do, is incredibly easy. We'll keep doing this. Because I can. Because the game dared to give me a taste of ultimate power in the prologue. And then viciously ripped it out of my hands. And had the audacity to think that I'd be okay with that. Spoiler alert, I was not okay with that. In fact, I aggressively pursued the retrieval of ultimate power. Like, you cannot give a player a taste of ultimate power, some really cool shit, and then yank it from their hands at the end of the prologue/tutorial and then expect them to be okay with it. Like, no. They will pursue that ultimate power to the ends of the earth. It doesn't matter how many bullshit barriers you put in the way. They will blow through every single barrier to get that ultimate power down. Drip model, thank you. Even though it's just a PNG, thank you. This is like the outfit I wear when like I have to follow the old man somewhere to like some sort of important meeting and I'm not allowed to dress like a slob. It's like, we're part of the Takanashi estate now. Do not embarrass me or yourself. I'm like, alright, got it. Got some nice clothes out of it, so I'm not gonna complain. And the reason I went with like a white suit is to like contrast with the old man's black suit. Like black, dark gray. Maybe a really dark navy blue if he's feeling bold. But yeah, the old man goes with dark suits. So I went with like a white suit to stand out, to differentiate myself from him. Kind of like a way to say, hey, I'm not his carbon copy. I'm my own man. I mean, whether or not that succeeded, it's still up for debate. Because, like, at this point, I'm starting to think, like, you know what, maybe following in his footsteps, maybe that isn't such a bad idea after all. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever go into, like, the same line of work he does. But, like, the core aspects of, like, his character and personality. That's what I want to emulate. Well, maybe emulate is, like, the wrong word to use in this situation. More like take in like the best parts of him that I like the most and kind of like make it into my own thing. If you know what I'm saying. Because I don't think anyone wants me to like perfectly emulate the old man, especially not the old man himself. Like, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I would like to think that he would want me to, like, be my own man. But in that regard, I think I am indeed getting ahead of myself because, like I said, I'm still trying to get out of survival mode and figure out what living mode is. Because, like I said early in the stream, like the skills and mindset that allow you to survive are not the same skills and mindset that allow you to live. Because living and surviving are two different things. Man, this went back into a serious topic just from someone complimenting me on my physical appearance. It just kind of happened. It also kind of relates to a thing I was talking about during last night's Yakuza stream. I was like, how men rarely, if ever, get complimented on their appearance.
Brilliant light and great power that can split the world in two.
Wait. Okay, go bird. What? The frickin' hotkeys did not work. Alright, hold on. VTube. There, I'm here. What happened? I should be here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, it is I, Chimkin Nugget. You did break it, but then I fixed it. Anyways, back to the topic I was talking about. Well, like, how men rarely get compliments, especially on their appearance. Like, if you asked me, when was the last time I got, like, a genuine compliment? Prior to 2020. There would be an awkward silence as I try to figure out, when was the last time? And then if you hit me with the follow-up question of who was president at the time, that will just do massive emotional damage. Because then I would actually have to look up, like, who was president when I was a kid? Because I'm Canadian. I don't know presidents. But president seems to be the default, because everyone just assumes you're American unless state otherwise. But it just makes me think of that SpongeBob meme I saw, like, a long time ago. Where it's like, that picture of King Neptune in front of his, like, mountain of Krabby Patties contrasts with, like, SpongeBob and his one Krabby Patty in his hand. And, like, the King Neptune side is, like, girls receiving thousands of compliments from guys in a single day. And then the SpongeBob side is, like, guys when the granny from the supermarket calls them honey. Like, at first it's like, ha ha, funny, funny. But if you're a guy, you're like, oh god, that is so real. That is so fucking real. Like, you wouldn't believe. Like, you see stories of, like, guys confessing, like, the last time I got a compliment was back in high school when a girl said that she liked my haircut. And ever since then, I kept the same haircut. It's been 30 years. It's like, god damn. The absolute state of society. Oh, I uploaded a drawn image of that Yu-Gi-Oh! OC I was talking about early on in the Discord. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Dark Gold. I will look at that when the stream's over. You know what, speaking of OCs, I'm glad that, like, the internet is getting back to that phase of, like, loving your OCs and, like, I remember the early days of the internet where, like, if you drew, like, OC/canon stuff, the internet would roast you for it. I'm glad there's a lot less of that nowadays. Like, me personally, I wouldn't indulge in OC/canon stuff simply because I don't want to. I'm more of a OC/OC kind of guy. And heads up, if you're an artist, there's big money to be had in there. I think, like, Pat and Wooly talked about it in like last week's podcast. It's like people will pay a lot of money for artists to draw their OCs fucking. And you know what? Pat and Wooly are right, and they are absolutely right in that regard. I stay away from RP Ken stuff, but I do stuff within the anime world. I have made over 1,000 Bleach OCs because of that. You know what? That's understandable. With the huge cast that Bleach has, I think you can get away with making an OC or 1,000. I think the technical term for that would be like fandom OC. Where you make an OC within the established universe of an IP, like Bleach. Oh, fan character. Okay. You learn something new every day. Have I made my own fan characters back in the day? Yes. Will they ever see the light of day? No. Are they still up in the internet somewhere? No. I don't even think I can remember the passwords to my old accounts, like, back in, like, the early 2010s. Because, like I said, shit hit the fan in 2013. And I really didn't have the luxury to, like, maintain those things. If by some miracle I can remember the passwords, maybe I'll go back. But I'll never share it with people. But I will certainly go back and think about it and reminisce fondly on my fan characters. And my OCs. Alright, where are we at? We're at 4 million? Come on. Let's not make the same mistake. Let's try to get to 5 million this time. Well, we always got to 5 million. 5 million was kind of the benchmark before I decided, okay, let's move on with the level. Because I think there is no respawner here. They just respawn indefinitely. You just have to destroy the target. But the target is not a regenerator. Alright, alright, come on guys, come on guys. There we go. Oh god, I remember having over 100 plus Poke-Humans OC at one time. They were all just a single image. God, I can't stop cringing. Okay, look at it this way. If the thought of those are making you cringe, that means you've grown as like a creative type. In terms of like character creation. If you look back at in shame, that means you've gotten better. At least that's how I like to look at it. I think that was a topic on like 2 weeks ago when they were talking about like how off the mask racist the game industry was back in like the Xbox 360 era. And Pat was talking about like the me of 10 years ago was fatter and louder and much more of an asshole. And I said some very shameful things on Xbox Live to make children cry. And it's like, I look back at past Pat with shame and embarrassment, which is supposed to be like implying that, yeah, he's grown as a person. Which, to be fair, Pat has grown. He's gotten better. Getting out of Montreal was like, unironically, the best thing that he did for himself. Like, he's losing weight, he's smiling more, he's getting more active. But yeah, that brings me back to the point. It's like, if you look at your past and cringe, that means you've grown as a person. And the comparison he made was like, well, yeah, he looks at his past self with shame and embarrassment for all like the cringy shit he said. Which is like the normal person response. Which is in steep contrast to like the doubling down that some people do on the internet. When people bring up past shit. Especially when it comes to like, what is it, like G4, Attack of the Show, and those like super cringy, anti-Japanese segments. Like, holy shit. Just own up to it and admit that it was like a really bad thing you did. Don't fucking double, triple, quadruple down on it. Anyways, we're out of stage 1 now. But yeah, back on the topic of art. Yeah, it's... That's kind of like another reason why I'm trying to improve on art. Like, besides the fact that like I used to do art back in the day when I was a kid as like a form of escapism / coping mechanism. But now I can do it for fun. I just need to relearn everything. Because I used to be really into drawing and writing and reading, and I'm getting killed here. Alright, I might need to heal. And the best way to heal is to kill this generator. And get the heal from everyone. Don't be like 4Kids. Embrace the otaku nature. Yeah, own your weeb shit. Like, goddamn. I have gone on record to say I have not one, but 2 official Chris Yukine Dakimakura covers. Which, by the way, it's coming up to that time of the year where I wash one and put on the other as the first one dries. Look, after I'm done with whatever I'm working on right now, I will wash that Dakimakura and switch over. Oh god, we're playing a dangerous game here. I am at like super low health. And I'm playing the counterattack game. And I'm just purely relying on the minimap at this point. Alright, who's next? Oh, no you don't. Oh god. I like how they all slam into each other when I do the counterattack. Kind of like that. Yeah, this is a situation where I can do the 1v1 counterattack. And it works. And then I have to be careful with this guy. Oh, we got a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always. I did see that on Twitter when I was at work. Like, Rita Repulsa looks terrifying now, which I suppose is supposed to be the intention. Okay, we barely survived. We are not gonna fuck around here. We're just running straight to the end. And we're gonna get hit by the spiky boys, which I absolutely hate. Nope, 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 nope. You are staying the hell away from me. Alright. Just constant bomb and hope you live. I didn't get a full glimpse of the trailer. I'm just aware that the trailer exists. It's probably something I should check after stream ends. But I should go for the full heal, because I do get bonus points for having more life. I don't know. Maybe before the end of the stream, we'll switch over very briefly to Genshin and do like a sneaky 10 pull and on the Shenhe banner, so we can try to get Mika. Because I believe the banner switch just happened today. Oh yeah, this annihilates the armor. Okay, it's in the Discord. I can definitely check it out. Thank you, Darko. I'll definitely watch the trailer after stream ends. Like, admittedly, Mighty Morphin was like the only Power Rangers I watched. Like, I will watch Super Sentai, which is where Power Rangers gets all their footage from. God, they're not dead? God. Like, I still remember, like, when the Super Bowl was, like, airing. People were posting, like, Twitter. That time that, like, the Power Rangers version of Go Kaiger was doing a Super Bowl segment. That's so wild to think about, that actually happened. Which means I guess I should be looking forward to Go Kaiger, or at least getting to Go Kaiger. Like, when we start Sentai, I think we'll be starting at Jetman. Oh god, we took a long time. 9 million though. Alright, 130. I guess one more round. One more level up round, or experience grinding round, and we'll call it a night. We'll switch to Genshin, do a sneaky 10 pull. And that's it. Yes. The ignorant masses. Yes. Level 4. 30 million! Get fucked! And then we have to level up, like, the base stats, too. Like, I am committed to getting Thanatos up to working order. I will save the game. Just so we don't lose our precious, precious progress. And we'll do one more round before switching to Genshin, doing a sneaky 10 pull. and calling it a night. And then we have to find someone to raid. Speaking of which, there we go. It's like, okay, the people I was watching, they're not on anymore. I should switch to different streams to watch while I do my own stream. Because I'm absolute sicko mode. Like, I do that all the time. Like, I'll put like 2 other streams on in the background. Because I believe that's the maximum 2 you can watch at a time to count as a viewer and get channel points. Which is really dumb for Twitch to do. Like, I want to support all my friends, Twitch. Let me do it. You fucking assholes. It's like, why 2? That's such an aggressively low number that you're allowed. Like, if it were me, I put it at like 20 at the most. Maybe 15 or 10 would be more reasonable. Anything less than 10 is just unfeasible, in my opinion. I want to support all my friends, and I can't do that if I'm limited to 2. Do that. And you're gonna stay back there like a coward. Until now, when my back is turned, you fucking coward. See? I just hold the attack button to charge up my counter. And once they try to do like their running shoulder tackle, I let go of the button, do the counter attack, and get sweet, sweet experience. Just like that. It's like, I'll pull on the Shenhe banner, because like, I would actually want to have Shenhe. Like, sure, Ayaka's like a super strong cryo character, but like, I already have Ganyu. So it seems kind of redundant to get a cryo DPS when I already have a cryo DPS. A cryo support character, however, that seems more fun. That seems more feasible. A little bit more future-proof. And the fact that Shenhe is voiced by Ayako Kawasumi, aka Saber from Fate Stay Night, certainly helped matters. Alright, who's next? Who's next? Who wants a piece of this? Boom. Haha. Yeah, like, after Kamen Rider will be like either Super Sentai or Dogengers. Or maybe I should like decide to watch Dogengers off stream and catch up. Because, like I said, Polka and Oga are going to be voicing villains in Dogengers Season 4. And then I jokingly said that makes them honorary Toku-tubers. Because they are Toku-tubers. In like the most official way now. Oh, respawn's over. Alright, time to clean out the rest. Come on. There you go. Oh my god, he got hit by the collision. Alright, come on, come on. Don't be shy. Your friend is dead now. Try to avenge him. You failed to. Who's next? You, on the right. Alright, jump out of the way just in case they attack. There we go. 2 million. All that for just 2 million. This seems to be the magic line that actually gets them to run towards me. This physical barrier line. But yeah, let's see. What else can I talk about? Oh yeah, I was like... I got distracted by like almost dying. That I forgot to continue talking about art. Oh yes, art. Like I mentioned before, like... getting artists to draw your OCs, or you as a VTuber, is fucking exhilarating, if I do say so myself. Which is why I'm very careful to stay off Skeb. Because I know in my heart of hearts that I will get addicted to that. I have seen many a VTuber get addicted to Skeb. Because, like, that dopamine hit just hits different. Getting, like, high-quality art of yourself, it just hits different. It's like, yeah. That's another reason why, like, I also, like, commission artists. This is, like, it's more direct. There's more communication, and they're usually, like, friends, too. So, like, I'm always willing to help artist friends. However, my wallet is only so big. Which is what brings me back to, like, the topic of art. Like, I'm trying to get back into art. So I can just do cool art of myself and characters I like, without having to break the bank. It's like, yeah, the path to getting, like, cool art of yourself, made by yourself, is a long and arduous path, full of thorns, full of pain and suffering, but it's worth it in the end, question mark? As a Toku fan, our wallets are always bare. It's like, yes and also no. Yes, because we're always spending it, but no, because most of us can make that money back. Like, I can make that money back. I have a full-time job with benefits. And by benefits, I mean, like, dental. Which is, like, the biggest one. The real Toku monster is unemployment. Let's not kid ourselves here. Yeah, it's like, on the topic of, like, Toku wallets being bare. I know you got plot armor, MC. I mean, if you've been reading the lore, I don't know if you can call it plot armor. Most of the fights, almost all the fights I've been in so far is like, I barely scraped by. Like, I got fucked up in one way or another. But point still stands. I don't have plot armor. Or at least not like in the true meaning of the term. I mean, sure, I wear armor, but it doesn't protect me from everything. Not everything goes my way. Or if it does go my way, I had to fight for it. But yeah, back to the topic of art. It's like, the main reason why I'm trying to get back into art and get better at art in general is because, like, a lot of artists, they don't do toku or mecha stuff, which is, you know, the core part of my identity and my VTuber design. So I gotta pull a Thanos and be like, fine, I'll do it myself. And so I've been trying to learn to do it myself. This is why I'm like really practicing. I've been focusing on like the arms and hands so far. I think maybe tomorrow night I will make an attempt at drawing like torsos, so I can connect the arms and hands. And I just gotta consistently practice that. I wish I could practice that more off stream, but like I said, I'm working on things in the background that require my attention as the deadline for that is approaching. Ow! What the hell? Alright. You guys get out of here. Gimme! There we go. I think someone on Twitter like jokingly said like the secret to become an amazing artist is just like just draw your waifu over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm pretty sure they actually meant it, because like look at like when you come with when you hear that specific situation in your brain, like the first name that pops into my head of person who draws their waifu over and over and over again is Creyas, aka the C2 artist, the guy who always draws C2 from Code Geass. That's the first name that pops into my mind when I think of that hyper-specific situation. Like, if I look up Creyas on Danbaru, like 99% of their drawings is C2. They most certainly aren't wrong, Dark Gold. In fact, I would say they are absolutely right. Ow, 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 ow! Ow, ow, ow! Akari! Ow, 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 ow! Hold on! Hold on! Okay, there we go. Hello, Akari. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I'm Thunderbird Prime, currently Chimkin Nugget VTuber. And we're doing our last grind session for the night before I do a sneaky 10 pull in Genshin and go to bed. Why am I an angry bird? Because there's a redeem for that. Also, I should pause and give you a shout out. Welcome, Akari. I think you were playing... Ow, ow, ow! Thank you for the Volo Biscuit. I think you were playing something with Carmine. I dropped in very briefly. In fact... Wait, was I actually watching you? Yes, I was watching you. You were playing Fall Guys. I remember. Which means I'm watching my own stream now because you raided into me because I was watching you. To answer your question, Biscuit, this is in fact not Devil Blade. This is Chaos Legion, which on the back of the box says, literally, and I quote, "If you loved Devil May Cry, as in Devil May Cry 1, you'll love Chaos Legion." Oh yeah, Devil Blade had just followed me. Also, we should do the Twitch shout out so everyone can hit the big purple button and follow Akari channel. Okay. Oh, I misclicked. But yeah, that's the dude I'm trying to level up, Thanatos, who can just time stop and barrage you with bullets. He's not at full power yet, which is kind of scary considering how powerful he is right now. I just kind of panic pressed triangle. AKA the Warudo! Oh, you started on Drive? Yeah, this game is like peak Kusoge. Yes, there is a Hot Wheels Kamen Rider. Hey, Akari, did you know that the singer for Kamen Rider Drive's opening Surprise Drive, the guy who sang that was Kamen Rider Eternal? Did you know that? Well, you do now. Yes. It's so cool. I swear, that man is aging backwards. I think his name is Mitsuru something. It's like, I looked at pictures of him when he was like in Kamen Rider Double. And then when he sang Surprise Drive. And then like his most recent pictures. Like, yeah, that man is aging backwards. I don't know how, but he's aging backwards. Like, this isn't like with Araki, where he stops aging. This is straight up aging backwards. There is stopping aging, and there is going the other way. And Mitsuru is going the other way. Araki also ages backwards? Yeah, but it's like much less noticeable than it was with Mitsuru. Like, Mitsuru's backwards aging is like much more apparent. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm starting to think there was like some sort of like forbidden magic involved. But then I remember he's Kamen Rider Eternal. He is forever. So in that regard, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, he also sang the ending for Futo Tante, along with the actor for Narumi Sokichi. I believe the song was called like the translated title is like Sin and Punishment or something along that lines. Let's see. I wonder if the 1,000-year-old dragon lollies, but only in Japan at times. I'm certain. You know what? At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised anymore. Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. Bye-bye. So yes, you were playing Final Fantasy VII, but then a fucky wucky happened. You were playing Fall Guys instead, I think. And we're just gonna speed through this. Just making a sprint to the finish. Because trying to grind for experience here is way too dangerous. Considering these guys are just barraging us with like fireball missiles, it would not be a good idea to try to grind for experience. We're already at like 6 million anyways. Oh, thank God for blasting me. It's just like fire damage plus knock up plus AoE. Like as a summon, it's kind of useless, but like as an assist, it's godly. Alright. Time to fight this boss again. And prepare for the wind-up. Here it comes. Not yet, not yet. Here it comes, here it comes. There we go. The ignorant masses! Just tear apart that shell. Oh, lasers have already started. Okay. See? Attack its weak point for massive damage. See? 1 DPS window. And we're done. Okay, now to save the game, switch to Genshin, do a sneaky 10 pull, and call it a night. We got like 8 million experience. But we need so much more to power up Thanatos. Ultimate Legion also means ultimate investment. And the screen is like super fuzzy for some reason. Yeah, I better end on a godly pull. I mean, the last time I did a sneaky 10 pull, just to get like the new 4-star character, I got 2 copies of the 5-star character, which I don't think is gonna happen again. Listen, in my defense, I don't spend a dime on this game. I am 100% F2P, by the way. I like how that's like the joke. Okay, yeah. The stream is literally degrading. We need to like end it right now and switch to Genshin. Hold on. Let me like physically turn off this PS2. There we go. No signal. That's how you know it's the real deal. That's how you know I'm playing on authentic hardware. Alright, let me do this. Do that. Hey. Oh god, it's the bars! The bars! So nostalgic. That's how you know I'm one of the real ones. Also, I can probably unmute desktop now. And we'll go BRB as I set up Genshin really quick. Meanwhile, I gotta hide PS2. There we go, BRB. Don't worry, this will only take a minute. I'm just hiding the screen because there are things you shouldn't see. Like my login info. Don't want to show that off. But yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. So we'll do a sneaky 10 pull and call it a night. But yeah, we got a lot of experience grinding done. We looked at my 2-year anniversary review. I reflected on things I did. I reflected on the journey I've made up to this point. The friends I made along the way. My plans moving forward. Kind of look back on my life. Yeah, it's been 2 years. March 12th, 2021, yeah. Alright. I think it's safe to switch back and, Genshin. Onegaishimasu. Oh yeah, I can stop doing this. I can exit out of that. Everyone's getting their anniversary these past few months. I've noticed that too. March is a big month for either birthdays or anniversaries. Thankfully, my birthday was back in January, so there's at least a little bit of time between the two big events. It's like, okay, birthday stream January, anniversary stream March. What's happening in April and May? Oh shit, gotta get ready for that. It's not a conspiracy. We didn't all just collectively decide to become VTubers at the same time. Okay, maybe we did, but we didn't realize it. Anyways, new wish. New event too. Oh. Weapon banner is a scam. Never wished on this goddamn thing. But if I wanted one, yeah, I'll go Miss Splitter. Just so I can get rid of that annoying red exclamation mark. Epitomize path. Set for Miss Splitter, even though I'm not gonna wish. Shenhe, let's go. Let's try to get Mika. Give me Mika. Or at the very least, give me Rust or Sacrificial Sword. Sneaky 10 pull. Okay, we didn't get Shenhe. That's fine, I guess. Okay, we got Mika. We got what we wanted. We can abort. We get in, we get out. We got 2 Mikas. Okay, better than expected. We're done. We can get out of here, no regrets. Anyways, thank you all for joining me tonight. And thank you for all the raids too. Anyways, follow me on Twitter for all the schedule updates. Follow the YouTube channel for all the VODs. Join the Discord if you want to hang out, and there's a link to my throne if you're feeling generous. Anyways, raid message, the usual Thunder raid. If you're not sub, there's the one you use if you're not sub, and there's the one if you use if you are subbed. Let's see. All right, Jack has solved his computer issues and is now streaming again. Let's go raid my bro Jack. Because I'm all about helping my bros. Alright, Jack. Oh god, there's so many Jacks. Jack Delane, there we go. Start the raid, and remember to stay prime.